Hello Sagittarius, welcome back to the channel. This can be for Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Sagittarius. Let's get into your timeless love reading. This is general, so just take it with a grain of salt. You're going to know if it's for you. And let's dive in. Let's see what's going on here for my Saggies. What's going on? So I did start a second channel where I kind of feel guided to do like more collective readings. So if you'd like to follow, if you'd like to subscribe to the channel, the link will be down in the description box below. If you'd like to support that, it would mean a lot to me, but you don't have to. So let's dive in. Let's see. Because sometimes I feel like I want to do collective messages. Yeah. Okay. I just saw 111. So let's see. What's going on, Saggies? What is happening? What do you need to know? Let's see. What's going on? Okay. So your situation is evolution. You are no longer that person. Beautiful. What's the challenge? Abundance, manifesting magic in your life. Okay. Who are you connecting with or you were connecting with, depending? Unresolved trauma, preventing you from moving forward. And your energy is nurture healthy relationships. Okay, I like this energy. Overall, we have codependent. Addiction is holding you back. With go outside, breathe, and escape the traps of the mind. Okay, so I'm seeing like black and I'm seeing yellow. Okay, so yeah, there's something to do with, there's something to do with like transformation, growth. Okay, you could even have like, I'm getting codependency issues, addictions here. Doesn't have to be substance. It could be literally anything that is excessive. And it's almost like you're being asked to kind of go outside, maybe go for a walk and exercise. Okay, so you could be like really in your feelings, or you could be really in your head right now. It's almost like having to move the body. Okay, your situation is you are no longer that person. Okay, we're going to see, we're going to clarify. But for the looks of it, with nurture healthy relationships, it's like you're giving to yourself, or you're learning like what it actually means to have a healthy relationship or to be in a healthy relationship. And I feel like for some, it's like you may have only known destruction, or you may have only known darkness, right? It's kind of what I'm getting, especially with the person coming through in your energy with unresolved trauma. So you could have been like attracting certain people, a person in particular. Okay, I feel like this is more than one person, but it's like they were mirroring some kind of wound. They were revealing some kind of unresolved trauma. And I feel like you're starting to become aware of that. You're starting to become aware that there's some kind of unhealthy pattern here. You're becoming more empowered. Okay, I feel like you've been doing a lot of shadow work. You've been learning a lot about yourself is what I'm getting, okay? You could even have Scorpio in your chart. I'm also getting Aries, but I don't feel like, I feel like you're not afraid, or you weren't afraid of kind of going through this, whatever you were going through. It's almost like you had no choice. You had no choice to kind of go through this. This is kind of like, it was part of your destiny, okay, for you to kind of experience what you were meant to experience, especially from a really young age. Okay, some people had it really easy. I feel like you may not have had it easy. You had to kind of, and this is not to like feel bad for yourself in any way, but it's just to like you didn't have it easy, so you had to find other ways to work around it. And I feel like that built strength and resilience. Okay, but you are no longer that person. Okay. with the challenge manifesting magic in your life, there's almost like this could be blocked for you with abundance, because it could be that you're still kind of like, look at this energy. It's like black, yellow, black, black, you know, and then in that flower, it's yellow. So it's like you're opening up. This is like maybe your solar plexus, but it's almost like you were in this cocoon, or you were in the dark. You were in this darkness. And I feel like because this is coming through in your challenge, where it's like, the clouds are, yeah, like there's something to do with clouds being very dark. And now that it's kind of opening up and it's letting the light come in. Okay, this is what I'm seeing. So it's like you're kind of like your flower is opening. I know it sounds really ridiculous, but this is kind of what Spirit is showing me. So there's almost like you're opening, you again, like you were in the dark is what I'm getting. And there's something here about you being more aware of something. Okay, let's see. Because in the pre-shuffle, I was seeing like Mercury and Jupiter. So there's something to do with like your thought process. There's something to do with maybe the way you were raised as well. Okay, it's almost like some kind of pattern here. Could have been very complex or difficult. There could have been some codependency, and it's like you don't know what you don't know. And I feel like you're starting to become aware of this, pattern. You could even be starting to become aware of like your own relationships and why they're turning out the way they are. Or okay, there's something here to do with you being mindful. Okay, you're becoming a lot more self-aware. Let's see. Okay, we have Virgo. Yeah, the alchemist. Efficient, insightful, healthy, right? So this is like you doing a lot of work on yourself. You could have Virgo in your chart. Yeah, clearing up your fourth house, healing your fourth house with the sun. Fourth house is your family, your home, your roots. Okay, let's see. You're refined, something to do with refined, ritualistic, efficient. Okay, Virgo is this energy of tending to the details. It's also, you know, connected with Mercury, and we did have the full moon in Virgo the other day. So yeah, this is kind of coming through. This is like a time for you to kind of look at maybe the details and be aware of the patterns, because again, this is a very methodical sign. They could be very critical, but this is more like looking at it objectively. This is not like judging it, okay? Because the shadow side, they could be very like, yeah, like judgmental, but it's more like looking at the details and noticing the pattern. Or let's see, there's some, yeah, discerning. You see something to do with discerning. You're discerning, or you're starting to reflect on what is, yeah, the fourth house. Again, semi-sextile, allowing with the second house. Somebody could be 42, 24, Scorpio. Okay, so this is transformation. This has something to do with like your shadow, your depth, darkness I'm getting. Okay, patterns here. Let's see. What, again, the fourth house. So you're being asked to pay attention to your roots, your background, inner world, your inner worlds, yeah, your ancestors. There's some kind of like, there's some kind of pattern here where maybe you're starting to look at it. You're starting to become aware of these patterns. And again, sometimes you don't know what you don't know. It's like you grew up in a certain environment and you don't know. You think that that's what it is, but it's actually reflected. It's showing you something. So it's almost like needing to detach from it. Detach and not like move away from it, but more like look at it from the outside in. There's something here. I'm trying to find the words to express what I'm saying, but I feel like if this is your reading, you will understand what I'm trying to say. We have the moon. Yeah, there's something to do with like deep feelings, instinct, nurturing, your gut reaction. Your moon could be in Virgo, okay? Lineage, like really, I feel like this reading here really resonates with myself as well, okay? But it's like looking, it's like reflecting on your past, reflecting on conditioning, yeah, how you were conditioned, how you were raised. Yeah, it's almost like having to see things from an objective point of view. Yeah, like taking the rose-colored glasses off. Okay, with Libra. Okay, let's see. Let's see. You are no longer that person with the situation. Maybe you're like, I'm getting, it's like you are not, you're not your parents, you know? You're not, that's, you know, for somebody. But it's like you're not that in the past. You've done a lot of work on yourself. You are no longer that person. Okay, whatever that means for you, because this is a general reading. So you are no longer, maybe even that person that obviously you're no longer the person you used to be in your past, right? Especially if you've been doing the work. Let's see. Yeah. Clarity, truth, and awareness. Like you're becoming aware of something. You're seeing something. You're becoming aware of these patterns, or how you were raised and what you believe in or what you shouldn't believe in. Conditioning, how you were conditioned. Right? And sometimes you think it's the truth. You think it's like you don't know any better. Let's see this situation, but I feel like you're doing a lot of work. You know, you could be reading a lot more or just changing the way you see things. Okay, yeah, nostalgia, past, old flame aching. Yeah, there's something to do with, yeah, you are no longer that person. You are no longer the person you are in your past, especially if you've been doing the work. Because you'd be surprised how many people, like, they get older, but they don't change. They still have the same beliefs. They still have the same mentality that they were raised in. They don't know how to think differently and critically. They just, it's like broken telephone. You know what I mean? Let's see the situation. Evolution. Invest, solid, stable. With harvest, yeah, like you've been doing, like you've been investing a lot, or you're stable, you're solid. You see midnight, autumn, harvest, midnight, something to do with like you growing in the dark. There's something to do with night. There's something to do with, okay, this is definitely a metaphor. This is, right, like this is something to do with, yeah, spirit of the rabbit, fertility, sex and spring. It's almost like something here was growing in the dark. Something was growing, like you were growing in the dark. You were growing in the dark. Yeah, you were growing in the dark. But you're no longer that person. You've done a lot of work. You're a lot more stable now and grounded. Okay, let's see your challenge with abundance, manifesting magic in your life. Again, this is a block. It's a block because it's still kind of like you're still kind of going through this transition. Let's see this challenge, abundance. Tower, yeah, surprise shifts and big changes. Exactly. You're experiencing a tower moment, and it's almost like you're moving through the darkness, you know, like you're coming out of that. It's almost like you were stuck in a cave, you know, and you didn't even know you were in a cave. And now it's like something here is falling apart. Okay, so it's the way you're seeing something. It's the way you're looking at something. The way you see your life is shifting. Okay, let's see your challenge. Yeah, frozen, delayed, longing. You may have been stuck. You may have felt delayed. Okay, you may feel like your life is not moving as fast as you want it to move, but it's because, and that's the thing, it's kind of an illusion because you have really been going deep and doing the work, okay? This is something that is like, it's not superficial. You can't try to suppress this. This is what I mean. It's like some people, they grow and they age, right? They age, but they're not really changing. They're not really learning. They're not really growing. They still think the same that they did in like when they were in high school. They still behave the same way that they were in high school because it's like they're not actually doing the work. So you could feel like you're not manifesting, or you could be feeling like, you know, life is moving really slow for you. Or you could feel very stuck and delayed in your life, but it's really because you've, yeah, again, something to do with your home, your structure, and your foundation. This could be falling apart. There's something like you're realizing something different. You're realizing something different. I don't know if that makes sense, but you're becoming aware. You know, you're becoming aware of your shadow side. And if you're aware of this, then that's when you can change it. And if you're not aware of it, then this is what ends up kind of controlling you your whole life. You end up living through this. And you don't even know. Like, you don't even know who you are when you're in this energy. There's no self-awareness. There's no identity. Like, this is who I am. There's none of that, okay? You think like everyone else. You act like everyone else. Okay, let's see this person's energy, unresolved trauma, preventing you from moving forward. Now, this could be, again, family. This could be a lover too. Somebody here in your energy was preventing you from moving forward. Let's see, what is this? Spirit of the Ring. Okay, so this could be commitment, contract, or promise. This could be somebody you were married to. This could be somebody you were in a relationship with control, empty, and submissive. Okay, so again, you may have attracted this person through your trauma because of unresolved trauma. And it's being exposed. It's being revealed. You're seeing it. Let's get one more. Unresolved trauma. This person's energy, contract, promise, commitment, masculine. Actually, this could be somebody in a strong masculine energy, action, power, dominant, somebody who could be very dominant. This could be, yeah, maybe like controlling, preventing you from moving forward. Tell me about this masculine here. Contract, promise. So there could be like a masculine energy that you're having a difficult time detaching from because of this unresolved trauma. It could be a lover. It could be a family member. Okay, just take it how it applies for you in your situation, but it's a masculine spirit. Let's see. Preventing, it's like this masculine spirit is preventing you from moving forward. They're blocking you. It's like a controlling energy. Let's see. It could even be that for some, you're allowing this person to have power over your mind and your emotions because of this unresolved trauma. Let's see. Let's get one more for this. Who is this masculine spirit? Show me their energy, please, spirit. Mother Earth, family, and create. So this could be somebody in the family, okay? This could be a masculine. Or again, this could be your husband, which is your family, okay? You created a family with this person. Whatever it is, false, hidden, deceptive. Yeah, there's unresolved trauma here between you and this person. But I feel like with your energy, as you're coming through, is like you're seeing that something here is unhealthy and you want to start nurturing unhealthy relationships. You want to start, again, you're no longer that person. Let's see your energy. Nurture healthy relationships. Or start focusing on, you know, maybe your abundance I'm getting. Or start focusing on yourself. Nurture yourself. Okay, especially with the Virgo, it's about self-care. Let's see this nurture. Healthy relationships for Sagittarius. Yeah, you see spirit of the child. Innocence, immature, adventurous. Nurture healthy relationships. There's something to do with like your inner child. Like you didn't even know what it was, like what it felt like to have healthy relationships. Innocent, immature, adventurous. Let's get one more. Okay. Spirit of enchantment, spells captivation and temporary, and it was in the reverse. Yeah, so it's almost like this person, they can't put a spell on, they can't manipulate you. They can't manipulate you anymore. Yeah, you see, they can't trick you. Thief, trickster, hustler. They can't trick you. They can't, it's like you're realizing that this person's pattern here is very manipulative. Yeah, you see like this person's wearing a mask. They're very deceiving. And you're realizing that this person's games that doesn't work anymore. Let's see. Yeah, again, spirit of the book, new chapter, development, unfinished business. There's something to do with like you are learning something. You're learning. You're gaining knowledge about something. You're developing, development, unfinished business. You're going back to something. You're re-looking at something. You're examining something. You're seeing something. You're rereading a book again, okay? Something, you know, like you read the book once, it's... you read the book again, like it's just like a different mindset. You're getting like a different view of the story, maybe a different view of the character that you didn't see before. You're rereading something, you're relearning something. Could be about your childhood. It could be about, you know, let's get one more. What is it that you're relearning here? It's nothing to do with, it's like, yeah, wanting to learn healthy relationships, or the lighthouse, returning, belonging, guiding, like you're being guided. You're even being guided. Look at this. Look at the light. Look at the light of where it's projecting. It's projecting into the book. So it's almost like Spirit is saying, you're being guided to like read something or to learn something or to learn about like whatever it is for you. It seems like education or knowledge, okay? There's, you know, I'll give you an example. You know, because I feel like this reading here kind of hits home for me too. But I feel like, you know, my background in learning in studying early childhood education, and now I'm majoring in child studies, learning about the family and the importance of, you know, how children are raised and how they learn and how they develop. That way of thinking has really allowed me to see like my own family, to see things from a different angle, and has given me the perspective about myself, and made me see things that I haven't seen before. And it's almost like Spirit is telling you to go read that, or go learn that, or go study that. You're being guided to re-look at something, to go back to it, to learn from it. Yeah, there's something to do with like possession, spirit of possession, incubus, succubus, and sexual obsession. Yeah, there's something to do with you having to like do your research. I'm getting like do research because it's really, I don't know, like it's really interesting. You end up learning so much about yourself and learning so much about your life. It kind of feels so weird. Like I feel like my life is a movie. Like it's so strange. But there's something to do with like having to look at something. Okay, what about this spirit of possession? You're being guided. Yeah, to heal this part of you. Healing, cleansing emotions, to alchemize it, to transmute it. You're being asked to go back to look at something, or to even, again, read up on it, study it, learn about it for yourself so that you can get a different view, that you could look at it from a different angle. There's something to do with maybe reading books. I don't know, like, again, gaining knowledge, looking at it from a different angle, gaining the knowledge that you need so that it can help you to think differently. Okay, let's see. Okay, tell us more about this energy here, please, Spirit. Yeah, there's something to do with toxicity, addictive patterns, energy vampire, trauma bond, and stuff. There's some kind of trauma here. To learn about it, you know, like study it. Read up on it. Yeah, let's see. Yeah, truth, expression, gaining new perspective, seeing the truth, clear action, honesty, and communication. There's something to do with, like, I'm getting the chills, you needing to see something clearly or gaining a new perspective, because it's like the way that you're seeing it, you could even be seeing it from this unresolved trauma. So it's creating a lot more confusion, where it's almost like you need to take a different angle. You need to look at it from a different perspective, from healed eyes. I heard from healed eyes. New start, attraction. Tell me about this truth. Honesty. You see past, suffering, past affecting the present, lack, betrayal, victim, let the past go. Yeah, like don't get stuck. I'm getting it's like you're stuck in this victim mentality, or stuck in this unresolved trauma, or this unresolved pattern, or you need to like gain a new perspective. You need to see it from a detached perspective, okay? Because right now I feel like you could be trying to make sense of it, but you're still living in this trauma. It's like you won't be able to make sense of it. You need to see it from new eyes. Yeah, new eyes, or healed eyes. I'm getting healed eyes. Abundance. Give, celebration, promotion, opportunity, successful ventures. Yeah, so and I feel like that's where you're going to get, it's like when you end up when you see things differently, or gaining a new perspective, or again, like learning about it, reading about it, gaining knowledge, trying to see it from a different angle. I feel like this is when abundance, this is when something here opens up for you. This is when something here becomes, yeah, it ends up being successful. You end up achieving what it is that you were learning about, okay? Because it's like right now you have some kind of negative outlook on life. Okay, I don't know who this is going to be for. Again, take it how it resonates. But yeah, you could be experiencing a lot of guilt. Or you need to have a lot of compassion for yourself. Okay, so yeah, spring, preparation, something new is coming in for you. Okay, ooh, let's see anything else. Let's see your guidance. Okay, let's see. Fixing them. You can't fix someone. They have to want to change. Accept them or let them go. Yeah. You can't fix someone. And I'm getting it's like you can't fix the past. You can't change the past either. This is also about taking responsibility for your actions. You can't fix someone. You know, you can help them. You could send, you know, you could support them, but at the end of the day, they have to want to do it for themselves. This could even be you too. You have to be willing to do it on your own as well. Let's see. Not committed. Always chasing or being chased. You must be willing to commit to one person. Okay, so you could have, yeah, there's something to do with like, it's like you find not that you find broken partners, but this is being reflected back into your relationships. And again, it's, oh my God. Okay. Created a disaster. You know, it's being reflected back into your relationship because in your energy, you have nurture healthy relationship, focus on healthy relationship. But it's like you don't know what healthy relationships are because you've experienced really toxic relationships. And now there's something to do with like in connections, in relationships, it's being projected in your romantic relationship. It's being projected where it's like you try to chase them or fix them because it reflects something to do with maybe when you were younger, where it's like you subconsciously were fixing your mother or your father because they were completely unstable. It's like they weren't able to help you, you help them. You know what I mean? So it's almost like you think that that's love, where it's like, or you think that that's how relationships are supposed to be because you were doing that for your parents, because they were, yeah, they weren't grounded, they weren't stable. Let's see. Fear of loss. You may be holding on to them because you feared loss, like you feared losing someone. You're afraid of losing someone or being abandoned. Yeah. So you may have felt abandoned. Maybe you were abandoned when you were younger, emotional abandonment. Okay. Maybe somebody here left your life. It's like you may even find partners where it's like you want to fix them. And it's all subconscious. I don't think you're really aware of it. Because, yeah. You know, for some, maybe you were also waiting for someone to rescue you. You were waiting for someone to fix you. To be, you know, to complete you. Okay, but I feel like this is about you working on yourself, you healing yourself. Ambivalent, yeah. You say you want a lover, but you're not all in. Take time to figure out what you want. Or you could have attracted people who were ambivalent. Okay. With being cold. Okay. Wonderful. Let's get a closing message for you here, Sag. If you like this reading, if it resonated, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. You see, you're going through a death. I let go and embrace new beginnings. I could see the situation another way, Hanged Man. So this change, this transformation, whatever this ending is, Scorpio energy, very like, you know, I don't know if like your North Node or your South Node is in Scorpio, but it's almost like this is kind of like your destiny. You were meant to kind of experience this, but you don't have to live in it. You know what I mean? Like you can change it. What are you doing? Where did you come from? Like what? Yeah, there's something to do with I will heal myself with the moon. I will heal myself. 5 of Swords, the moon. Yeah, this is like your subconscious mind. This is your fears. I will heal myself. I will see the situation another way. I trust my ability to make a strategic decision. This is being able to see things from a clear mind, objectively. King of Swords is objective, logical. Okay, this is not somebody that like makes decisions based on their trauma or their past. You know, I mean, obviously you learn from your past and you hope that you don't make, you know, the same mistakes again, but it's like they're able to detach. This is Aquarius energy. They're not biased, basically is what I wanted to say. They're not biased. Okay, this is somebody that's not biased. They look at the facts. They look at the, you know, what's going on in that moment, and they make a decision based on that. Of course, you have to maybe use your own experiences, but you're not making this. Yeah, okay. Anyways, let me just proceed. Death and the Hanged Man. I listen to my heart and follow my knowing. And I have all I wish for in my relationships. Yeah, feeling emotionally. You see what I mean? Like you feeling emotionally fulfilled. You being fulfilled. I surrender and know how to go forward. So yeah, you're going through like a tower. You're going through kind of death. Maybe your Mars is in Scorpio. Again, very like transformative, very dark, okay? Very chaotic, disturbing. You know what I mean? Yeah, Ace of Swords. But it's allowing you to see things clearly. I am ready for a breakthrough to success. It's like clearing out the dirty water, or it's clearing out this old self, this old part of you. Queen of Swords. I protect what matters to me. Yeah, this is you being honest and true with yourself. And I trust whatever the universe brings to me. Again, the moon. My intuition guides me to make the right decision. So you're really examining here. I know that peaceful times will come. 7 of Swords. 6 of Swords, excuse me. So yeah, you're transitioning. And I could deal whatever comes my way. Strength card. Okay, so I love this for you, Sagittarius, the Sun, and there's that Ace of Pentacles, there's that King of Pentacles, there's that 7 of Pentacles, there's that Page of Pentacles, and there's that 2 of Cups. Thank you. Just as we're about to end the reading, the World card. Okay, the Sun, Ace of Pentacles, this is your abundance. This is what's coming in. And this is what's going to say you're not going to sabotage this. Because before you could have been sabotaging because you were kind of trying to experience from or trying to love from like a broken part of you. You know what I mean? And I feel like I celebrate life and welcome new energy. 2 of Cups, like you're going to be with somebody who's stable, grounded, could be an earth sign, doesn't have to be, but this could even just be you. This could be you feeling grounded and empowered in your own self, investing in yourself, investing in what you, right? Maybe this is like you going back to school or gaining, right? Something to do with like, I mean, it's definitely material here. Your material life is changing. Material world is changing. And I feel like it's because you're creating new opportunities. You're trying new things. You're learning a lot about yourself. And you're able to kind of now grow and manifest from a new perspective instead of from that unresolved trauma, which is just going to bring tower and death, which is just going to continue repeating like unhealthy patterns if you continue to kind of grow from or try to try to build a relationship from this point, you're just going to end up in the same cycle. And I feel like you breaking this cycle breaks the pattern, and then you could start fresh, and you end up starting fresh. Yeah. When you walk away from something, when you release it, I accept my situation without resistance. Release it. Page of Wands, Knight of Wands. You're walking away, releasing, seeing things differently, new perspective, brand new eyes. I'm getting brand new eyes. I believe that's an album from Paramore, Brand New Eyes. Okay. Yeah. I stand my ground and look for peace, justice, and the Ten of Swords. I speak my truth and fairness to myself, and I see the truth in this ending. So you finally see the truth in this ending, and you can close the book. Yes, you can close the book. You can release it. You don't have to reread it anymore because you understand it. You put it, you thank you, you know, and now you could read another book, or I don't fucking know. There's something, there's something to do with like knowledge, right? Learning about yourself in the process. And you finally making a decision for yourself and completely being okay with finally making this decision because you've made peace with it and you understand it. You learned from it. Yeah. And you know that you deserve financial security, and that you know you deserve to move forward and to look into the horizon. Okay, so I'm going to leave it there. All right. That is what I have for you, Sagittarius. Let me know if it resonated with you, and I will see you next time. Have a great day.